Earlier in the year, fuel scarcity hit major Nigerian cities including Abuja and Lagos as people scrambled to get a premium motor spirit (PMS), popularly known as a petrol, for cars, motorcycles, tricycles, power generators and others. And just a few days ago, fuel queues resurfaced in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja again. The resurgence of a fuel scarcity in filling stations across Abuja and environs has no doubt become a thing of concern to residents and Nigerians at large. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPC) has, however, revealed that the recent fuel queues in Abuja is likely caused by low loadouts at depots, which usually happens during long public holidays. As we had it recently, the company added that it is working with its marketing partners to take necessary measures to ramp up loadouts from all depots, assuring all residents of the FCT and indeed all Nigerians that NNPC have ample local supplies and national stock in excess of 2.5 billion liters with a sufficiency of more than 43 days. Now, what are the challenges as we're having fuel scarcity at this moment and long queues across filling stations this time around? What are the best ways to tackle and avoid the resurgence of queues in our filling stations in future? Well, I've got some guests in the house, and this is Nigeria Today. We shall be looking at these issues and more as we begin the program. I am Musbad and Wahab, and this is NTA News 24. Welcome. Meet my guest in just a moment. Fuel scarcity is the issue on the table, and joining me in the studio is the National Treasurer, Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Ipman Lateef Babajide Odedokun. Good to have you.
Thank you. Good evening.
Right, very good evening. And also joining us is the Program Manager, Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, CISLAC, Mr. Chinedu Bassi. It's good to have you.
Good evening. Good evening, Nigerians.
No, you're smiling as if you're not being hit at all by this fuel scarcity.
Well, everybody is, unless if you are not a Nigerian.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Odedokun. Now, let's hear from you. You're not a host now, but we need to hear from you. What is the true picture about the petrol supplies in the country? Why this moment we're having it again scarce across the fuel stations?
Thank you. Let me just state that there are a lot of factors that are attributed to this. Firstly, let me correct one impression. Before, Ipman used to be part of the distribution network.
All right.
For some years back now, Ipman is being sidelined. We don't know anything again about the distribution. They will just tell us, there is product here, that is it. We don't know how it's being loaded, we don't know anything. So this affected the distribution network a lot. The recent one we are experiencing here, you can see is only the part of the north that is being affected. If you go to the west and some other part of the country, things are normal. Not really normal, but we can say it's normal. The one we are experiencing in Abuja is due to the negligence or ineptitude of government agencies that are saddled.
Which of them?
Formerly is PEF, but you know they've
Petroleum Equalization Fund.
Petroleum Equalization Fund, and it's being replaced by this mainstream and
downstream.
Mainstream and downstream authority. So there are a lot of. They used to pay PEF, that is Petroleum Equalization Fund, for marketers. That assists marketer in in augmenting what they use to transport their products down to their various stations. Imagine people in Lagos. They sell at approved
Okay,
price.
you're going to explain why you need the augmentation now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
People in Lagos, government give us a regulated price, and we are buying from the same source. If someone in Lagos, marketers in Lagos, they sell at 165. Marketers in Maiduguri, Kano, and so, will they be able to sell at 165 if government is not giving them a kind of argument? It will really affect them. And this
is that where the subsidy comes in?
Not really
Because
subsidy. Not really
is
subsidy.
already paying subsidy
No.
on importation of refined
Not
products.
really subsidy. Petroleum Equalization Fund is marketers' money.
All right.
On every liter we are paying, the government is deducting certain percentage, a fraction, to the board. So it's not government money and it's not subsidy.
Okay.
It is our money. So why are they stopping paying this money? Most of our marketers operate on loans, and we are not. We don't. Single digit loan are not available to us. So there are a lot of things on government part.
Okay.
That is one that is affecting. But the general one is that you can see they introduce a customer express. This customer express is the portal where NNPC give us our allocation. And since last year, especially people in the West, nobody has been given allocation. So you can see the bottleneck.
Okay, before now, what was the situation? How often did you get it?
We have charts in our various depots.
Okay.
Because Ipman is really involved in the distribution. Once they give us the volume we are loading in a day, we have our own chart. You pick marketers that are on a particular day, we know I'm picking on so day.
Okay. Oh, according to the information available to us, one of your chairman, state chairman of Ipman, said this is just the tip of the iceberg. We have not started to see the scarcity yet. If I may quote him directly, that's the chairman of
Kano.
Yeah.
Damalam.
Yeah,
Damalam.
thank you very much. And this debt is to the tune of 500 billion naira.
Yes.
As from what time did this start to accumulate?
About 12 months ago. They stopped paying about 12 months ago.
What was the reason given for that?
No reason. You know how these public servants, you know how they behave when they are in their corridor of their offices.
Okay.
Yes.
And that is the responsibility of PEF, according to you?
Yes.
Okay, let me bring in Mr. Bassi here. This is one too many. We all know what it means to have your scarcity in the society. Almost every part of the economy will feel it. What do you see to this situation back and forth between the federal government, agencies, and Ipman?
Thank you very much for that question, and I want to pick it up from where you said one too many. It's right if we just look fundamentally where these things are coming from, like you rightly asked those questions, because us focusing on where we are at now doesn't look like what is going to explain how best this can be solved. From the 90s, we've had fuel scarcity, and I don't know how difficult it should be if the government and the players, the experts, sit at a table and iron out what works. I don't think it's rocket science. So we keep having this recurring issue every year. When it hits hard, we come out with statements in the media and say all manner of things, throwing blames at whose fault is it, and stating what we think will be done, if it will be done, to solve it. But fundamentally, we know that a system is lacking to put a stop at this. I hear my colleague from IPMAN talking about PEF and distribution and the money that should be given to them. I think that, yes, let's look at it as a business.
Right.
If Coca-Cola is in Lagos and sells that product in Maiduguri, do they need the government to pay them an equalization money to sell at the same price? It's a rhetoric question. Right. If every other company, which we know, most of them have their base down south, especially in Lagos, and they distribute this product, same distance, same road, same maybe manner of vehicles that uses the same for distribution, and they still sell relatively or even at the same price all over the country. Is there nothing to learn from that process? Is it difficult to bring in all the people that are involved in managing this kind of system to sit down? Because at the end of the day, it's not a we against they anything. It's a system that should work for both called government and the citizens and the marketers. We are all Nigerians, we are here, and everything affects us alike, well, in quotes. Why can't we bring this to the table to say, this is a strategic product we know that affects anything, if anything happens, a cough within the oil and gas fuel system, basically fuel, everything changes in the country. Sure. Why don't we give it that sense of urgency to have solved it? This is over 30 years and we keep talking about same thing over and over. Both from, sorry, I have a problem with the private sector players as well. Right. Because why should we always hear these issues when it has become a problem? If the government is insincere from the beginning, and you have seen from the mind of a patriotic Nigerian you are, that this is going to be a problem in the future, why don't you talk about it? There are systems for which these things can come out in the open. You can engage the civil society organizations. You can even do an enlightenment campaign by yourself to let the citizens know. Because I know
the impending
know where they can come in. The voice of the citizens should matter. Nothing about us should be without us. So if you know that it's going to affect the citizens eventually, and most times the blame goes to the marketers and people start calling them, why don't you proactively put these things out and seek collaborations on how to solve it?
All right, we will seek collaboration and we'll talk more about this situation and particularly how to get out of this. But let's quickly take a break. It's still Nigeria Today on NTN News 24. We'll be back in just a moment.
Talk when I'm angry, but I'm very, very angry because it's not up to a month we came out of this. So why are we back into it? Why are we back into it?
Well, initially we understood that they were discharging, and then after discharging it took so much time before they could start selling. The reason we don't know, but I'm already in the filling station. I believe that I'll buy.
We just suddenly woke up and found out that there's a queue. Every filling station is not selling, not dispensing. So we don't actually know what the problem is. But since morning I've not gone to work. I'm still here.
I have so many places to go. I can't be able to even achieve anything right now. Until I buy this before I'll continue my journey.
All right, that is just a feel of what people are experiencing at the moment in the Federal Capital Territory, and some people are even sleeping past the night at the filling stations just to get this very important commodity. Now, when Mr. Basil was talking earlier, you were itching to respond. He gave an analogy. And then you were itching to respond. Is that the true situation, or Ipman is taking the country for granted? Right?
No, the example he was trying to relate with Ipman issue is quite different.
Okay, what's the difference?
Using Coca-Cola as an example of distribution. Coca-Cola is a brand name, and they are out for profit. Government doesn't have any input in Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Government is regulating, is determining our own product. We are buying from government, and I told you the issue of PEF is our homemaking. They are deducting it from
your own
profit.
Okay. And he was supposed to be paid back.
It's like people in a cooperative society, or these pensions, something, pay as you earn.
Okay.
If I'm a marketer in Lagos,
but
I will pay the same amount.
Okay.
As PEF claims, as PEF deduction.
Okay.
As the one in Maiduguri. And marketers in Lagos are not entitled to this PEF.
Okay.
You know, they are collecting it from everybody, but they are not entitled to PEF because of the distance.
All right.
They calculate it with distance. The farther you are from the depot or from the point of loading, the more money you get.
Okay, why do you actually, most of the time when we say it, this scarcity begins from Abuja and Lagos. Why do we have it? So if the marketers in Lagos are not entitled to it, so why do we have scarcity in Lagos?
It's not that we don't have a scarcity in Lagos presently.
We did before before we had
that was the protracted effect of that poisonous or contaminated fuel.
All right, that is it. Imported from Belgium.
Yes, that is it. But this one we are talking about affected mostly part of the north.
Okay, now this is starting from the FCT. Was it a deliberate action to make sure that the people in this seat of power feel it?
No. If it started from, if it's only in Abuja, you can say it was premeditated or planned something. But Abuja and its environment, even go to Kano, everywhere, there is no fuel anywhere there. So the issue, Ipman, some people are saying Ipman are on strike. No, we can't go on strike. We are businessmen.
You're only waiting for the money.
No, governments will come to our aid. Talk to the appropriate agency to pay our marketers' claims.
Right, just a few hours ago when this started, NNPC came out to say that it's probably because of the loadouts from depots. And of course, this is what we've been hearing for some time now. They tell us they have these in excess in their reserves. What do you see today, Mr. Bassi?
Yeah.
Is this a distraction from the reality?
Maybe not. I might not categorically say that that's what it is, but judging from the fact that we are hearing a different story from the marketers themselves, so you can put one and two together to know that some times we just hear these things to calm the nerves of the people. Let it just be that someone said something. It's far away from what the fundamental solution to these issues are.
Right. Ordinarily, when NNPC metamorphosed from being a corporation to a company, one would think that they will be more business-minded and that there won't be any issues like this. Do you also think like that?
Yeah, we fought for the Petroleum Industry Act for 20 years. If you check the history, CISLAC as an organization and other civil society organizations, we really sank our neck deep into it, believing that, well, no, it's not a one-size-fits-all, but that it's going to solve a lot of these incessant issues. But we still, I don't know whether I would say that we've not seen that delineation of being a government institution and a business player that was expected.
Right.
We've talked, I don't want to talk about the issue of deregulation here because I know that it means different things to different quarters, but we've looked at this right from time to say that the manner at which this product is managed is not right. Things need to be put straight. Market forces should determine the prices, not someone sitting somewhere telling you how much you should sell and how much you should buy it. Meanwhile, you don't have control over the factors that determine these prices.
Do you think the masses or ordinary Nigerians will be able to bear the cost if the government pulls out of this arrangement?
Well, maybe right now it looks like something that is going to be very difficult. That's why I went back to the fact that this issue started when it should have been nipped from the bud. Right now, maybe they will be able, but there is one major issue: distrust. The people don't trust whatever government have to say when it has to do with this product, when it has to do with how much is being spent to pay subsidy. Remember that was an investigation of 2009 to 2011 subsidy regime. What has happened to that report? Who have been convicted? Who have been punished for that fact? And still we are going back today to be either agreeing or denying the fact that there is a problem caused by something that they previously say it doesn't exist. So that bridge of trust.
Right, thank you very much, Mr. Bassi. Now, Mr. Odedokun, what people are looking for is a solution. What do you suggest as the lasting solution to this so that Nigerians will get this product they are going to pay for easily?
I will go back to the government. Everything depends on government. Let me just quickly add this.
Add it quickly in 30 seconds.
Because
in 30 seconds.
Since last year,
Right.
billions of naira were trapped in NNPC cabinet.
Okay.
No fuel. There is no fuel in any government depot presently for the past since last year. We all depend on these private depots.
Okay.
Who sells at their own price, not government regulated price.
Okay.
What is government agency doing? Again, we have issue of PTD. They charge marketer exorbitantly for loading. All these, I think with the coming of Aditop, that issue will be resolved.
Okay.
And I will just beg the government. Before we used to have, they give us products at our designated depots. If they give us product, we will monitor it. We will distribute it.
Okay, the solution is still the government's coming in.
Government, because the government is the only importer of these products we are talking about.
All right. All right. That means the ball will now be in the court of government agencies relevant to this to do the needful and get the products and again do the needful by paying the equalization fund that you are expecting. And that's where we draw the curtain on this episode of Nigeria Today. Thanks a lot for being part of it, and of course I have to say a very big thank you to the National Treasurer, Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN. That's Mr. Lateef Babajide Odedokun, and of course the manager, program manager of CISLAC, Chinedu Bassey, for being part of this show tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks a lot. And Nigerians will be expecting solutions to this soon. That's it on Nigeria Today. The program will return tomorrow. Thanks for your time.